All right, can I go on a rant real quick? Clubhouse is the worst app ever. People are so bored that they go on an app and talk with random people and talk smartly and is like entrepreneurs and all that. I think I went on Clubhouse the other day because I was bored. Yeah, let's see. But I was bored and I was curious on what Clubhouse is. So I was like kind of looking into more and people just talking about just the randomest things at like noon or like 2 p.m. I'm just like, guys, can put your phone down and like improve. Like, yes, connections are cool and all, but like I think people rely too much on connections sometimes. They think, oh, if I meet this one person, like, fam, your connections have done nothing for you much in your life so far. So what age are you gonna do like, okay, maybe I need to be more harder on myself type of thing? It's like, yeah, you can get certain things with certain connections, but at the same time, it's like, okay, cool. I think some of it is a not a myth, but just a dream sometimes. Like, oh, you're gonna meet that person that's the CEO of this one company is gonna be give you a manager spot. All those stories you hear are turn out to be very sketchy. Um, I mean, I've had a couple situations where I've met the COO or the CFO of this one company, and they're like, "Yo, let's hire you." Like, this has been years now. Let's hire you, and I'm like, "All right, cool, amazing." My like big-eyed self was like, "Oh my god, this is how it's gonna be. I'm gonna be making millions." Um, and just by like nothing, and it turned out to be just sketchy things and like sketchy situations, as in like, oh, the thing you told me was extremely opposite than what I'm actually doing, and so I'm going to quit this employment. Um, oh, you want me to go to this sketchy building 45 minutes away to like clock in orders, and then you don't text or call back within 48 hours or something, and it's just like, all right, something's not adding up. Something's not adding up. So connections are huge. Certain connections, like, don't go to like, I don't know. I did this a lot, but everybody I think goes through this phase where they go through conferences. I went through every ethnic conference. I went through a lot of conferences and I was like, yo, make connections, LinkedIn, blah blah blah. I went to all types of conferences. I went to an accounting, especially in the accounting world. I think in a 3 month span, I went to an African American, um, African American accounting conference. I went to a Hispanic accounting conference. I went to a normal accounting conference, and I was just making connections left and right, which is cool. But like, I was thinking like, oh, I'm set. I'm good. But like, it's not the end all. Like, you're not going to be set for life after those conferences. It's cool. I encourage people to go through that phase. Like, it's a good phase to go through. Um, I've very, I mean, with those LinkedIn connections, I have very random mutual connections to where we know of each other. And I think honestly, me being a white dude, like around like African American conference, Hispanic conference, I think they remember me more in a weird way, just because I stood out more. I think they like really liked how I participated. I don't know. That's a whole other story, but um, I think I'm still going to encourage people to like make connections, but at the same time, just don't like bank your whole life on it. And that's how it is with Clubhouse. I think people spend like 12 hours, like so many hours on Clubhouse, and it's like use like, hey, maybe at worst or at best, okay, go 2 hours a day on Clubhouse if you're like into that world a lot. Fine. But I just feel like so many people are going to, I think so, like the average dude is going to waste so many hours on it. I think. I don't know. Or if you just have no direction in life and you're just like, what's out there? Fine. I don't know. But make sure you have a balance on Clubhouse. It's just, I just can see a lot of potential in how many people can waste their time or like kind of think they're doing something when they're not. Like, I don't know. It's, I just see the potential in the sketchiness because I know a lot of people are very like, they call themselves a CEO of things, and the thing they're a CEO of is not that crazy of a company, or it's like not that big. Like you can easily be a CEO these days. Easily. And I just don't want people to get tricked. That's all. That's all. What else? I think that's it, honestly. I think that's it of my venting. Um